What's up, everybody? It's your boy T Fields here, aka Thug Geek, here with Fonzarelli, Kimiko, and our special guest this week, Will, aka Spillidge. Welcome aboard. Appreciate you having me, Will. So, everybody, give a detail who you are, what you do, and let's go from there. Go ahead, Will. Take it away, Spillidge.
Hello, everybody. Spillidge here. I am a podcaster and a streamer. You can check me out on Twitch on www.twitch.tv/Spillidge and also on YouTube as well. So if you like fighting games, if you like first-person shooters, if you like sports, hey, holla at your boy Spillidge. Like, follow, subscribe. Hey, I'm here to please.
Pleasure to have you on board, Phil. I love your stream, man. You're always having a good time with it, man. Especially when you do your fighting game stuff. Are you playing Fightcade when you do your fighting games? Is that Fightcade or you do just regular console?
Most of them are indeed Fightcade.
Yes, because Fightcade is awesome. Fightcade, for those FGCers out there like us, like Fightcade is where you play your games at now. Like it's fantastic. It's probably one of the best any build platforms for gaming. Like it's ridiculous. So what we got for the topic this week? What we got?
3 cheers for 20 years for Xbox and GameCube.
I know, right?
So
what? Wait a minute. We got to go down the list. Celebration.
Right.
Okay, so first off, yes, Xbox 20-year anniversary was November 15th, 2021. Mm-hmm. So the big question was, do you guys remember when you first got your Xbox or when it first came out, and what game were you like interested in, and what was your experience?
Whoever want to go first, I'll go last because I got experience with that. That's why. So I'll go last. So whoever wants to go first, go for it.
All right. Well, the thing is, my first experience with the original Xbox, it was back in 2001, and I never owned the original Xbox. However, I had a friend, a classmate, who owned the original Xbox, and so I went to his house one day, and he was like, "Hey, well, check it out." And I went down to the living room, and I saw this gargantuan console. It was like the biggest console I ever saw, and I was like, "What is that?" He was like, "That's the Xbox, the one with the big X." And I was like, "Okay." And even the controller was huge. It was so huge they gave it a nickname called the Duke.
Right. Like everybody who on the Xbox grew a beard. It's not like a man. You're like, this is a man system.
This is a man's console. We don't. Yeah. But and speaking of another amazing game that was like, this is a man's game. It was Halo Combat Evolved.
Right.
That was the first, and probably it was the first original Xbox game I ever played and experienced. And honestly, if it wasn't for Halo, it wouldn't be Spillage at all. So that game definitely, and that console definitely hold true to my heart. It's hard to believe it's been 20 years since then.
Wow.
All right, 20 freaking years. Anybody else experienced in 2001? What about you, Fonz?
Erica?
Erica, yeah. Fonz?
Well, since I'm definitely the youngest person on this podcast, I was probably in first or second grade when the Xbox came out. So yeah.
Oh.
Go ahead.
We were giving you the controller that wasn't plugged in. That's what we were
basically. That's honestly, my aunt actually had an Xbox with her boyfriend. He had brought it to the house, and that's basically what they did with me because my hands were too small at the time for the Duke. But as the years got on and, Xbox got a little bit more popular, the kids around town and the kids in the neighborhood at my dad's house, they had it. And so I remember playing Crazy Taxi, where you had to pick up people and then you had to take them to their destination. And I always hated it though, because I'd make the wrong turn trying to take the shortcut. And then the passenger would be like, make a left. And there I did make a right, but I was trying to get there faster. But yeah, Crazy Taxi when I was probably between first and third grade was the game for me.
Oh wow, I didn't even know they had Crazy Taxi on Xbox. I swear to God, the first time I play Crazy Taxi, I thought it was
I played on Dreamcast.
Okay. I thought I was like, wait.
Remember, she came in 2001. This is 99 we're talking about, okay?
Yes.
There yet.
True. Oh man, Xbox, bro. this is like the fondest time of my moment because this is where my brother and I we didn't get ours to close to Christmas or something like that, and so we were sitting there, in front of the TV, had a whole stack of Milky Ways, and we were just like sitting there, like the fun size. We'll put it in our mouths, and we'll hold it in our mouths and let it melt and eat on it while we're playing Halo, and we're just having a blast all day all night till we finish that game. So that was really a fun time. You said it was 2001, right?
Yes, it was.
Yes.
Yep.
Dude, I think in 2001 as well. Wasn't that PS2 came out too? Yeah.
That was a year
2000.
prior. That
That's
was
Before?
2000.
Okay.
99 was Dreamcast, 2000 was PS2, and 2001 was Xbox.
Oh man, yeah. So it was so many crazy good games coming out. But yeah, for
Oh,
Xbox.
that's what I want to talk about because not only the Xbox came out in 2001, but that was the best gaming year ever. Period.
Yes.
We had Final Fantasy
Yes.
X came out. You had new
Yes.
IPs that came out. Burnout. You had freaking Metal Gear Solid 2. Like
Woo.
2001
Yeah.
was Devil May Cry. Like was that ish? Like literally was that ish
Mm.
of game? Like
Yes.
it's like it's more than just Xbox to me. It was just a phenomenal year. I was a junior in high school at the time when it came out, and I used to work at Funkoland that doesn't exist anymore now. And I did the midnight. That's back when midnight launches were a thing. Instead of kids just waiting at home to download games now. But it was the midnight launch. That's where I got my console. I went back to my house with my friends, and like it was that whole like bond experience again on the 64. We all just play Halo. Like we had a little carpet thing covering everything, so Mike could look at each other's screens, and we just whipped each other's butts for 12 hours. So I had to go back to work the next day to play Halo. Like to this, and it was funny because like on Monday when they dropped the beta for the Halo Infinite. Like the beta for that was fantastic. I mean, like it felt good again to play Halo. Like I haven't played Halo since Halo 4 Guardians, but it just felt good again. Like that whole like, oh, this is what game is about and stuff. So congrats to Microsoft. Then I mean, plus Microsoft has grown from that. Look how Microsoft has grown from that day to what it is now.
Yes.
It's literally like you can get a Game Pass and then you have all your games in your console ready to kick ass and jump. And also they announced that they plays all the games. They added 70 more games that's backwards compatible. So like, it's a gaming system now. Like if anybody's hating on Xbox, they got problems. It is a great gaming system now.
Microsoft, they figured since they were going to, have their standalone console, they was going to go all in.
Yeah,
and that's exactly what they did. Because honestly, the way they designed that console, it was like a make it or break it type of deal. Because here's a little known fact. See, technically, the original Xbox is their second console. They collaborated with Sega.
Yep. See, I was going to go in that. I was going to go in that too, Will. I was ready.
Yeah, because
Dreamcast. Dreamcast has Windows CE on it. Yep.
That's right. And so when the Dreamcast folded in 2000, of course, with Microsoft Xbox, of course they brought in all the classic Dreamcast games.
Exactly. 2K series and everything.
They made it for the Xbox, such as Crazy Taxi, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, and so on.
Jet Set Radio Future, Jet Set Radio. Come on now.
Oh yeah.
But see, that's the thing. I feel like the reason why Sega stopped being in the industry, being a hardware developer, was because of that. They're like, you know what? Microsoft's like, hey man, guess what? Let's talk.
Yes.
Let's cut you a deal.
Absolutely.
Because Sega games are all exclusively on Xbox at the time too. So I really feel like Sega did a behind the door deal with Microsoft. Like, hey man, you guys take the helm. We'll do exclusive development. And they announced it. It's like, we only developing games now. And it turned Sega around because Sega was in the dumps too. So, yeah, 2001 changed everything, man. And
absolutely,
I love it. I mean, Dreamcast is still close to my heart. Still close.
So, Fonzie, what's the next celebration we got? We're going to talk about.
Oh yeah, GameCube, right? GameCube. Or PlayStation 3 celebrating 15 years on November 11th.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's true that 15 years ago on November 11th, 2006, the PlayStation 3 first released in Japan.
Wow.
But PlayStation 3 blessed us and graced us with a ton of exclusives like The Last of Us, Little Big Planet, Metal Gear Solid, and my favorite PS3 game, Until Dawn. So
hold on. We're gonna talk about PlayStation first over the GameCube though. Can we go back to the GameCube? Because the GameCube was
well, that's the current notes. We're doing the celebrations that we're going to current.
The GameCube was don't disrespect that man. The GameCube gave us some games that was legendary. Let's not disrespect it. Like me personally, I feel like the GameCube was literally one of the best consoles done by Nintendo next to the Switch. All the Switch was is the portable Wii U, but we'll talk about that later. But like, yo, let's give this little man his props. GameCube.
No, he's about to get he's got a big section in a second. We just want
Oh yeah. See, and I'm glad you mentioned that, Aaron, about because today is indeed the 20th anniversary of the Nintendo GameCube release, and like the original Xbox, they have to really think outside the box to compete with the already popular PlayStation 2. Yes. Because let's just face it, PlayStation 2 killed the Dreamcast.
It was running around.
They kicked Sega to the curb, and everybody was like, "Oh, we need to be serious because Sony's on a roll right now." So,
I mean, they literally stopped support last year. They just stopped support for the PS2 last year. Like, how amazing is that console was?
Greatest console of all time, in my honest opinion. But the GameCube was so unique. It was, when the Xbox was just so gargantuan, the Nintendo was so opposite. It was small. I was like, what is that little killer?
It was a hug. Like, you want to protect it at all costs.
Right.
Like, it had a suitcase handle on it. Like, don't touch it. I mean, think about it. The GameCube from going from what it was, the 64 to what the GameCube was revolutionary, though, man. The GameCube was fantastic. It gave us, games we haven't seen since then, like Beautiful Joe and Killer 7, all these amazing games. Oh, Eternal Darkness, like all these games that are just blow your mind. You're like, this is on the freaking GameCube right now. The Wind Waker, that's been ported over like 3 times. Like, let's not disrespect it. And then it was great for Japanese anime games. All the Japanese anime games by Tomy was on this console too. So like, if you're a big anime head like I was back in those days, I had nothing but Naruto and freaking One Piece games all over this. So I loved it. But yeah, we can talk about the PS3 now.
It's over now. It's over.
Right,
we're in current news. We're in current news now. So.
No, it was just the PS3. Like, the PS3 was cool, but it was like, it was a taster to me. Like, everything was like the doldrums with the PS3. Like, it really wasn't like, oh, PS3. Like, we went through 4 different versions of the PS3, and the same with like 3 different versions of PS4. So
yeah. Well, the PlayStation 3, when it first released, it was a big snafu at first because of the price, the initial price. You remember the initial price was close to $500.
$600 for the 80 gigs. $600 for 80 gigabytes, bro. That's ridiculous back then.
Yeah, I was like, no, don't go back to learn from the mistakes of the Neo Geo Gold. Don't do it. Don't do it. And they did it, and I was like, oh, nobody's gonna buy that console.
And they didn't. Right. I can't afford this. That's rent.
Right, exactly. Then on top of that, they got rid of the backwards compatibility.
Yeah, exactly.
And then after the second year of the release, and that was a colossal mistake.
Yeah, I was sad about that. So Fonzie, with the current news, what's going on as well?
So sad to say, big rip. I do want to let you guys know a couple housekeeping things first, which is if you are looking forward to the new Saints Row game, I'm sorry, but now you have to wait another 6 months. Instead of releasing in February 2020, the new Saints Row game now has a release date of, drumroll being, August 23rd, 2022. So you have to wait until the end of summertime and the start of school season to be able to play the new Saints Row, which gives you absolutely no time to play it whatsoever. But they did cite COVID schedule impacts and the game size and scope as the reason why they're pushing it back. They said that the COVID impacted their schedule in a way that they did not anticipate. And the size and the scope of the game kind of implies that they're going to be adding more to this new Saints Row game. But a lot of people are calling it new and a reboot. So I don't know if that's an oxymoron or if it's actually going to be a reboot that is new. It's entirely debatable, but if you're still, like I said, if you are still looking for it, you will find it August 23rd, 2022. Relatedly unrelated, Jump Force, the anime fighting game, is being removed from the stores of platforms.
Of which one?
All of them?
All of them.
All of them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then the server supports for the end as well, too.
Yep.
So that's the end. That's it.
Yeah.
So the game is done. So we might as well just have a moment of silence for.
Right. But it was dead before it even got delivered, though. Like, the gameplay of mechanics was trash. Like 3 people
Yeah.
you sharing the same health bar is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. That would ruin that game. Like everybody's
Jump.
thinking, like everybody was thought it was going to be just like any other versus game where each player had his own life bar, and the game would have still been relevant. And then on top of that, it was your kind of compete with Dragon Ball Fighters, and Dragon Ball Fighters is a way better game.
You can still buy the game right now, but it will cease to be on February 7th. So if you're really wanting to get and pick up the game to keep it, you really need to do so by February 7th. However, on August 24th, ironically the day after the release of the new Saints Row game, the multiplayer and online servers will sunset. So even though you so there's 6 months in between being able to buy the game for the very last time and all the servers sunsetting.
Nah, let it die. Just let it die.
He said,
Let it die.
For those of you,
buddy, put it to sleep. Shoot it. Game is done. Nobody plays it. Nobody plays it. The game is trash. Like I played it. I literally played it once. Now just to play as Aizen because I like Aizen from Bleach. Other than that, I didn't give a shit about all. It just wasn't there, y'all. It just wasn't. It looked good on paper, but it just wasn't there.
Just put it out of his misery, like old Yeller. Be like, no, ma, this is my game.
Exactly.
I'll get rid of it.
It really was something like revolutionary though, because it was a anime metaverse fighting game and it had characters from Naruto, Dragon Ball, One Piece, Hunter x Hunter,
It had
Bleach,
everybody from the show.
Black Clover. Yeah. So
but it didn't have Sailor Moon though, and that's bullshit. I'm sorry. I'm fighting evil by daylight. You know, they could have brought her in. I wanted Sailor. I mean, all my favorites though. They had Rio. They had everybody in there. But I'm like, I still want to see Sailor Moon's ass pop up. Just give Goku that flex. Like, nah, bro, I'm the strongest in this anime universe, son. But we never got that.
You know, I'm very surprised that Sailor Moon and none of the Sailor Girls have ever been a part of a Smash game.
Because they're not part of Shonen. That's why they're not in that Shonen-verse. Like everybody from that was in that game was from the Shonen-verse, even Dragon Ball Z. So that's why they weren't in there. Gotcha. They're the main reason. And that sucks because Sailor Jupiter is my shit.
I would love a Sailor Moon fighting game.
I mean, they came out with before for the Super Nintendo and shit, but that was years ago.
That was a long time ago. That was the last time. Yeah.
But then again,
I was probably still in diapers.
No, you probably didn't exist then. But like,
it's probably true.
But that's the thing. Like, it still was a good game. It was a good game. Like, but you know, Sailor Moon's not for everybody. I love Sailor Moon because Tuxedo Mask was my dude. He was a beast.
I love Tuxedo
Mask. Man was suave. You know how to dress, man. But I do have a question. Do you think Jump Force would have been successful if it would have been like a 3 versus 3 fighting game like Dragon Ball Fighters?
Hell yeah, it would have been super successful. Like I said, that was the main problem. You're literally switching characters, but you still have the same life bar. It didn't follow any of the versus mechanics of versus type series games like that, where each player has their own life bar. If they would have followed that, dude, I'm telling you, everybody would still be playing this game right now. When people found out that I'm literally battling over a life bar with 3 people, that's the worst experience ever. Because you know, like when you play a versus game, such as like Marvel vs. Capcom, you save your best character for last. That didn't exist anymore. It's like, yo, you died. That's it. And so that mechanic changed everything, and that's why people didn't play it. Like, it had a good story mode. The story mode was cool, but you know, story mode only goes so far, especially in this day and age. Like, everybody's playing games today for multiplayer. Nobody's really playing. I mean, they literally have whole games coming out with the multiplayer first before the storylines even finish out. So,
anything else, Fonz? I'm sorry.
Oh, we jumping ahead so far. We got some time, bro. Shoot.
Bro, because I got something. We got a lot of good things we're going to talk about. I'm sorry.
We can talk a little bit. We can a little something.
We do have a lot. We do have a lot to talk about, but I do on the topic of delays and things being sunset. Tim's beloved Steam Deck has been delayed from the holiday season to the beginning of 2022, citing global supply chain interruptions and the chip shortage that has really been racking the gaming and technology industries because everybody needs the same chip to do everything all the time.
I mean, but honestly, I saw this coming because they only did the pre-orders when they launched it back in early summer. They only did the pre-orders, and so
Correct.
I'm waiting for this full money to come out, and it didn't happen yet. So I knew the delay was coming. Like, I'm like, no matter how much energy literally Steam has, they don't got bread like that where they can just cancel everybody else's chips out but you got Microsoft and Sony that needs these chips as well too. So, hey man, if you ain't got it, they ain't got it. So I'm still happy. It's still coming. We're still gonna get it. I'm still gonna stop playing everything else when it comes out, but I'm just gonna take my time. I'm excited for the Steam Deck. The Steam Deck is what the Switch should have been, and Nintendo's gonna feel real shitty when this thing comes out. Because everybody in the FGC and tournaments are gonna be running on the Steam Deck now because everybody's already moving that way towards fighting games anyway, playing on the PC because it gives you that best picture quality of everything. And now with the Steam Deck just being that portable, I'm so happy. I'm not mad. Hey, I'm not gonna have it for Christmas. Oh well, I'll see you next year. Anybody else feel the same way?
Steam Deck Spillidge?
Yeah.
Honestly, yes, but I have to order it first. But I can't wait to read the reviews about it. It looks very promising, and there's one thing it will do. It will definitely light a fire under Nintendo, and Nintendo gonna be like, "Oh yeah, well, introducing the Switch Pro."
No, they gave us, right. No,
oh yeah.
Instead, they gave us the OLED Switch, which I'm like, really, bro? Like, really? And this is what you get.
Honestly,
and it comes with an Ethernet port for your. I'm like, really? Now we get Ethernet port for our stuff now? Thanks,
the
Nintendo.
OLED Switch is for someone like me who doesn't have a Switch to begin with. Like, I'm saying that right off the cuff. The OLED Switch is for people who have been wanting to get a Switch, but have not gotten one yet. And they're like, oh, this is new and updated, and it comes in white. Let me get that.
But that's the thing, like, who plays the Switch on just the Switch? That's what the Switch is like for. Like, I play my Switch on my damn TV.
I think I know somebody who plays their Switch on the Switch, just on the Switch.
Without using the dock. Because that's the only reason if I bought the OLED, is because I don't look at TV. I look at books. I'm not knocking nobody who reads books or anything. I'm just saying, like, for those that they don't be in that digital world like that, there's like, this is my console, this is what I'm doing. Like, yeah, for me, I'm putting that bitch up to my 55-inch and let's get it on. But,
there is one celebration that I totally skipped over, and I'm kind of kicking myself about it because even though I don't play the game, I'm still excited for it. But Monster Hunter Rise is crossing over with Sonic for Sonic's 30th birthday. Mm-hmm. And it's like, okay, listen, there's going to be armor that basically makes you look like Sonic. There's a Sonic themed hat that your character can wear. And there's the iconic red shoes that your character can also wear. And you'll be able to scatter rings. Rings are scattered, I should say, around the world, and you'll be able to pick up the scattered rings. And there's an armor for your Palamute, which is just like your mount, like your animal pal. There's an armor that makes your Palamute look like Tails.
Right, that sounds awesome, but can you run fucking fast?
Oh, well.
Exactly, then it's not Sonic. All that shit meant absolutely nothing unless you can run fast. That's Sonic. Can I teleport to different levels now? Because I'll play Monster for a little bit. It's just not my cup of tea. It's just a no for me. But like that sounds all awesome, but none of it has to do with speed. Because when you think about Sonic, you don't think of anything running slow.
I still think of the shoes.
Running fast.
Yeah, the shoes are dope. The shoes are dope, especially the Sonic Adventure 2 shoes. They're
don't get me started.
The dopest version of the shoes. But I was hoping that they would at least have people just scatter all over the open world looking for the 7 Chaos Emeralds.
Right. There was so much more they can do with it.
You know, they can get a huge power up and, nice power boost or something that will just take down even the nastiest
or like
monsters.
collect all 7 and fight Knuckles, because that'd be dope too. Because he's the protector of it. Well, basically the big one, but I'm not gonna go into the Sonic lore, but I do follow.
Well, thankfully, the good news is that there's still time for more news about the event to come out because the event doesn't start until November 26th. So we've got an entire week to kind of learn more about the event and what they'll have and the things that we'll see. But if you're playing Monster Hunter Rise and you like Sonic, this is about to be the event for you.
Does anybody play it at all? Anybody play Monster
I do not.
I don't. I played it way back, and it just didn't work for me because it's a team-based game. Like you need a squad.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Kimiko? Did you play it?
Not Rise. I played the Monster Hunter, but I can stand it too long because it was a grind fest, and I can't, like, when you turn adult, you have to do the thing called adulting.
Exactly.
Then you don't have time to like grind for hours and hours unless you're willing to lose life or multitask.
Exactly.
So you're like, well, what can I do? Play Monster Hunter Rise or play a game while
Yeah.
doing this? It's
Yeah,
hard
that's the same way.
sometimes.
Like that's how I feel like about Guild Wars 2 and like even World of
Mm.
Warcraft. It's like if you
I
don't have
had to
those
skip
grinding
that too.
hours, you can't get into it. Because nobody wants to start playing the game getting their ass whooped all the time. It's like, no, you got to put that 30, 40 hours that you don't have anymore as an adult. Like that's the one thing I miss about RPGs. Is like I don't have that 40 hours no more. I miss it. I want it back.
Honestly.
Bill's not gonna pay itself.
Right.
You know what
I mean,
Right.
and once you know that everybody else got the high heroic, outfits, and they're
Right.
looking super dope, and you're like, yo, I gotta go and
Right.
beat this character so I can get the outfit. And you got to
Yep,
keep
yep.
on grinding to possibly, because the loot is variable, so at random.
Yeah.
That random generator, you don't know if you're gonna get it. There's no guarantee you're gonna get this helmet or this or that.
Mhm.
Right.
So that's
I think it's funny. I think it's funny that we've segued though into talking about how adulting has affected our gaming time, because the Pokemon company has all of a sudden become very self-aware in the fact that they raised an entire generation and are in the process of raising a second one, because now they're talking about opening the door for more mature, more adult Pokemon games, because they know that obviously their audience is growing up or grown up and want more adult games. So a lot of people are hoping that the open world Pokemon Legends Arceus is going to be that mature adult Pokemon game. But
So what are they doing though? Are we going to be at the daycare watching Pokemon fuck? Is that what they're going to be doing now?
I don't know.
We're going to see that egg hatch? Is that what we're going to do? How can you make it adult?
Okay. Fun fact. AWA. I know the one back in 2019 probably they had a Pokemon burlesque, and to watch all these Pokemon ladies with tassels, it was amazing. I was like, wow.
I know, but that's like watching Brandavere do that. That's like.
So you're watching a Magikarp with titties perform? Is that what I'm hearing?
Oh, what? I mean, it was
don't
magical.
Get it to Gengar. I want to see Gengar with
I do kind of want to see Gengar.
I don't want to see a pregnant Gengar talking about Gengar. I don't want to. That's gonna freak me out. That's the thing. What are you gonna do? What's the adult thing they're gonna do? We're gonna finally see these cats die. They're gonna be cooking.
I mean, I guess the adult thing they can do is just complain, but you kids and your 1,000 Pokemon. In my day, we used to have 150 Pokemon. Right. We only had just one big gray Game Boy with.
Oh my god! I don't remember
colors, no colors.
But I really want to know, what are the adult things they're thinking about doing to this game? Because I went there already. I already went. It's gonna be porno Pokemon already.
What?
I don't think it will be pornographic, but when I think of adult themes in games, I think of I think of more death. You get death in Pokemon, and when you go to Lavender Town and they talk about Team Rocket killing Cubone's mom, but I'm sure actual. Yeah.
I mean, they had the whole.
That's dark.
Remember the whole was it?
Haven't you ever played Pokemon Fire Red? That's what they do.
Yeah, right. It is the whole ghost town. The Pokemon are just dead. That's what Gengar is. Gengar is Ghastly is a dead Pokemon. That's what they are. All ghosts.
So you're saying that any Pokemon that die eventually becomes a Gengar?
Yeah, Ghastly. They're Ghastly. They become a Ghastly. Yep.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, every Pokemon that dies is a Ghastly. Yeah. Yep.
Are you familiar with I forget what generation it is. Are you familiar with the Pokemon Phantom? It's like a little ghost Pokemon. It's like a little tree stump with a little jack-o'-lantern looking head. Phantom.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
I remember I messed with all ghost Pokemon, so I'm locked in. I'm there. Marshadow is my dude. But go ahead.
So when you look at the Pokédex description for Phantom, it actually talks about how Phantom is the spirits of children who got lost in the forest.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, Cubone alone is the worst Pokemon in the world. I'm wearing my mom's skull.
Wearing my dead mom's skull, yeah.
But that's the thing. We never seen it without the skull, though. Is it just a sand?
Scary. Imagine the pictures that would happen.
Poor fellow, that poor Pokemon.
Right, that's the saddest Pokemon in the world. And then Ghastly's I'm just dead.
Oh, speaking of sadness, please talk to us about GTA.
Oh my gosh! Okay, GTA 5, the definitive trilogy. Oh my God, Spillage took off his glasses for
It's
this.
trash.
Grand Theft Auto's trilogy has GTA San Andreas, GTA Vice City, and GTA 3 all encompassed in one. It's a 3-in-1 kind of bundle. However, out of 449 user ratings on Metacritic, it has a 0.5 out of 10.
Damn.
Yeah, it's bad. It's like I know how they did the game too, because they announced it too fucking fast. What they did was they literally ran an algorithm that just updated everything, and they never touched it. They never tested it. It was like, oh, it works, and they shipped that shit out. I've seen so many videos of this buggy ass piece of shit game that it's ridiculous. Like just floating through stuff. All the glitches still work. They didn't remove any of the glitches that was in the old games. It's trash. So you know
It
they're
just
gonna have a
seems like
patch
a
for
lot
it.
of the changes aren't for the better. Like
No.
a lot of the changes they made aren't for the better. Like the glitches are still there,
Yep.
but they've edited like clothing, they've edited like puns from like signage. They've taken out like tiny little animated like animation details, like when you move your camera around and your person looks from left to right. That doesn't even happen anymore.
Yep.
So they've taken out a lot of the charm without fixing a lot of the things that made us mad to begin with.
Exactly.
Like the glitches.
So Rockstar finally got lazy. That's basically what you're saying.
And then they have the nerve to try-
finally
Yep.
got lazy.
And then have the
They
nerve to-
stripped these games of their charm.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Tim.
and then had the nerve to charge $60 for it.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's my
Oh,
thing. I'm
yeah.
like, bro, if y'all would have said like if they would have said, yo, $39.99 or $20.99, none of us would have bitched about anything. Like, yo, it's $30.
Nope.
I'm playing a game that's almost 20 years old. I'll run with it.
It's bad enough as it is that the original trilogy were snatched from Steam just to re-release the definitive edition.
Yep.
But to charge $60 for a game that combined was like $20 on Steam,
Right.
and then on top of that, you just add a coat of paint over a pile of shit and say, "Well, there you go."
Right. And I only played San Andreas because it's free on Game Pass. I'm like, and my favorite, yeah. But my favorite version is Vice City. I love Vice City. Vice City was awesome. But it's like, yo, all these bugs and shit. I'm like, dude, it's everything about it was just too interesting how everything happened. Like it was just like they announced it, it's coming this fast. I'm like, bro, they created a script, they ran through it, and they just did this, and they didn't test it. If they would have tested this shit, they'd be like, oh fuck, everything's fucked up. I mean, even the guns, like usually it would be in the claw. The weapons are floating, clothes are floating, like cards are floating. Like it is so glitchy. It's ridiculous. It's almost worse that even Cyber something 2077?
Cyberpunk.
Yes.
Yeah.
Looks good
Cyberpunk.
compared to this game. Looks fantastic compared to this game. And it's a 20-year-old game. But anyways.
That's such a bold statement. Yeah.
Ouch. Oosh.
Yeah, at least people at the Cyberpunk knew what the fuck they were doing. They just rushed production. This is just Rockstar being lazy. She's like, oh, it works? Okay, bet.
Yeah,
It really is lazy.
And it's crazy.
Yeah.
They had they had a little blurb from Kotaku saying that modders, not rock stars, have fixed the GTA trilogy's ugly as rain.
Yep.
So that's how lazy it's been. That's all I want to say on that. Go ahead, Will.
I mean, the thing is, Rockstar hasn't been lazy before, but they chose now to do it. And as a result of that, of all the things to be lazy on, you're going to be lazy on the games that made Rockstar games the household name in the first place. It doesn't make sense.
And it's like, y'all don't need the money. Y'all still making money off GTA 5.
That's what I'm saying.
That's been around for the past 8 freaking years. Y'all still porting it to the next console. Like GTA 5 is already 8 years old and it's still around. And they're milking the cow that's dead. And it's like y'all, and these are the games that created you guys. Like GTA 3, GTA Vice City. Like I'm still waiting for a Manhunt Definitive Edition, but now I'm scared. I'm scared to get any definitive edition from you guys now.
Well, all I gotta say is congratulations, Sega. You are officially off the hook.
Yeah.
Okay. You're officially off the hook. I'm still waiting on the 30th anniversary Sonic game that is brand spanking new, not the fresh coat of paint of Sonic colors.
Yeah,
no.
yeah. We're not going to talk about
that. Was lazy.
Well,
but you're officially off the hook now, Sega. Congratulations.
I'm still waiting for a beautiful Joe to come to the future, bro. Come on now. I'm still waiting for a lot of games. I mean, I was happy I got Samus this year, though. I'm still happy about that because at least Nintendo was like, okay, we'll do something for 35 years of being in this bitch, but whatever.
Yeah.
But whatever.
All right. So I don't know, Erica, you want to go to the next one?
Okay, so I am gonna say really quick before I go into our last piece of like big news is that if you are a board gamer, Hero Quest, the 1989 dungeon crawling board game from Hasbro and Milton Bradley, is coming back through a Kickstarter, a very successful Kickstarter that started in August.
Mhm.
It made $4 million. And so, because it made so much money, Hasbro has decided to bring it back for the holiday season. Pre-orders are going on for Hero Quest right now, and it comes with a 14 quest campaign with 65 plastic miniatures, and you'll be able to get it all for $159.99. So that's $159 US and 99 US cents. It is very expensive, but like I said,
Not really
Hero
though.
Quest.
Not for
Hero
old
Quest
folks.
Well, with
No.
the miniatures though, it comes with miniatures, right?
Yeah.
65 of them. That's a lot.
That's not. Yeah.
So-
think about it. Real quick. I didn't mean to cut you off, Eric. I'm gonna come in with that because
ahead.
this game
No,
came back
go
out in '89, right? So this is our
Correct.
parents' game. Our parents who had bread. $150 ain't shit to them for something they grew up on.
Yep.
Like I never played
And-
this shit, but go ahead.
That's true.
Yep. And the original copies of the game are very have a very big cult following.
Yeah.
They the original board games will go for $159 or more because
Exactly.
they're highly sought after. And I kind of, when I first read about this, I kind of digged it because it felt very D&D to me, but in a smaller dose because it's a dungeon crawler. It's got miniatures, a 14 quest campaign. I feel like you could break that up a lot.
Yeah.
So I kind of dig this. I would definitely pre-order this. So
when is it coming out this year or next year?
it is coming out. So you can pre-order them right now.
Okay.
The pre-orders literally started this week, and they will be shipped sometime in December. So I'm thinking more toward the holiday season.
Christmas party with a dungeon master. Oh shit!
That's all day, all night.
It's all about the money, baby. It's all about the money,
Exactly.
baby.
Exactly.
All about the
I love
money.
playing D&D with a good dungeon master. A good dungeon master changes the whole concept of the game. Because they get the detail. As he rolls, he gets a 7. He attacks. I love that shit. But but that's just me. But yeah,
I love
is
it
dope.
too.
This is something for our parents because, like I said, 89 was 6.
Yeah, I was definitely not thought of in 89.
So
wow. I mean, what about you, Chemical? How do you feel about that? How do you feel about, something? Because you're the board gamer here.
Top gal.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm excited about it. I was looking at it, I'm like, ooh, I wonder if I can afford this. Because I love it. This is before, video games. It was before the automation. So it allows people to actually think, use counters or calculators and be like, oh, this is how this game really works. Because right now you do any kind of RPG, all that shit is automatically calculated. Every time you hit a target, boom, it's calculated. You win, you loot. This is like the super slow version. But at the same time, when you're with friends, you're like, it just becomes fun. And Hero Quest, I never got to play it, but based on a lot of what I read about it, it's pretty easy to catch on to, and that can be a great addiction. I love board games. I love I've adopted to a lot of different card games. So one that I really, really like is, oh my God. I forgot it. That this is when people are quiet and they actually are paying attention to me, I get nervous. But no one ever talks. No, because everyone's always talking over me. So I'm like, oh.
Well, we're here to listen to you. We're here
yes.
to learn. You are the tabletop goddess, and we listen.
Right.
Oh my God, what is that game called? It's really fun. It's okay. It's a card and slash table. The premium version has a little tabletop. You can go up to 10 levels. And the goal is to get the first person to get to 10 levels, right? And so what you're going to do is you're going to kick down the door, And when you kick down the door, you flip the card over, and the card could be like, a trait or something that you can keep, or it could be a monster. And in the monster, you can decide to um, fight it. So since I got blank on it, that is the next challenge. If you can answer that, let me know. Might give you some shout outs for the next episode of the podcast. Speaking of which, Will had another announcement made on current news. It was about Warner Brothers.
Yes. Warner Brothers just announced today a Super Smash Brother esque game called Multiverses, which will involve the WB multiverse characters such as Bugs Bunny, Batman, Superman, even Arya Stark from Game of Thrones will be in the game. Jake from Adventure Time, and characters from Steven Universe, and even Shaggy from Scooby Doo will be in the game as well. And I was like, wow.
Ultra Instinct Shaggy.
Ultra Instinct Shaggy is officially in a video game.
Right.
Wow.
But who will I main? Will I main Arya Stark or will I main Wonder Woman?
No, that's but this the thing though. Who's gonna be the DLC is what I'm concerned with, because they about to bring in. This is Warner Brothers, y'all. This is Warner Brothers. You know what I mean? People look at the Mortal Kombat games and look at the DC Universe games. They have an unbound list of people they can bring into this shit.
And then they also own Harry Potter.
Exactly.
Franchise as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Anything that they can bring in, anybody from the Warner Brothers top. I mean, anybody we want to see in this game will be in there. Period.
It'll probably be a DLC that no one saw coming, like Molly from Insecure. I'm just kidding.
Right. That could happen though. I mean, literally, we're probably going to see Rick and Morty. We're going to see Rick and Morty come in because they're owned by Warner Brothers.
That's
right. All this stuff.
Yep.
That's right.
We're definitely going to see another Stark. They'll probably bring in John. They're going to bring another game. Which I like to see Cersei, but that's just me. But we're not going to. That's not going to happen.
What do you guys think about the graphics on it right now? Because it looks like it's like some low poly. I mean, I like low poly, but what do you think about the graphics? Do you think it's gonna
Chemical? There's already a meme out where it's Andy throwing away Woody that has the Nickelodeon All-Star face on it, dropping it and picking up the multiverse. Yeah, this game is already it already took it out of the game already. Like people are going to stop playing it because all the voice actors are there too. That's the thing. They have all the licensed voice actors for the game. They literally got freaking. Oh my god, I forgot his name, but he does the voice of Batman.
Kevin Conroy.
Yeah, Kevin Conroy is doing the voice of Batman. Matthew Lillard is doing the voice of Shaggy. Everybody who you've heard as a child is voiced over. I mean, that's outside Middle Block for Bugs Bunny is in this game.
Maisie Williams will be voicing Arya Stark for this game.
So like it's already a wrap.
Nice.
Daniel Radcliffe will probably be doing Harry Potter. Like, come on out.
So speaking of which, things coming up. Well, you take it away. What's coming up?
Oh man. Spider-Man No Way Home. The second trailer was released yesterday. I'm definitely seeing that game. I'm definitely seeing.
You said he's seeing that game.
I'm sorry. I'm definitely seeing the movie December, and December is probably the biggest month ever for movies this year, and because not only that we get to see Spider-Man No Way Home, also the Matrix Resurrection, which will be released the following week after No Way Home.
Yeah. And then also The Witcher and also Cobra Kai season 4. Like we're getting everything. Cobra Kai season 5. Like, we get all the good stuff. Like December, I mean, even this month, we got Cowboy Bebop coming out tomorrow.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yep. And tonight, Ghostbusters comes out tonight. Ghostbusters Afterlife comes out tonight.
Oh my god.
We got a full belly of goodness coming out from November to December.
I love Cowboy Bebop.
Anybody down for a watch along? Anybody?
Hey, I'm down.
Hey. Let's do it. So Halo Infinite full game? Yes?
Yes.
Yep.
Wait a minute. What do you mean full game? So what is
right
everybody
now
been
is the
playing?
beta.
The beta. That's the beta. Yep.
Yeah, that's the beta version.
I was like, what has everybody been playing this entire time?
Yeah, they announced it three weeks earlier. It's supposed to come out December 9th. They announced it 3 weeks earlier just because of the 20th anniversary.
Okay.
Can you guys believe we're almost out of time again? Oh, we can talk about everything and all things all day, every day. But to kind of close out on our podcast for today, Don't forget that this upcoming Tuesday, November 23rd, we're going to have another community game night. Yay!
Okay.
Yay! Last one was
So,
fun as hell. Last one was fun as hell.
yes. Oh my God. It was
I'm down
Jackbox
for it.
Party. This time we're going to play Among Us. And if we, run out of time or we want to play some more, we could go back to some Jackbox Party.
Oh yeah.
But what time are we starting again? Are we going to start at 8?
8 o'clock.
Okay, 8
8
o'clock,
o'clock on the
guys.
dot.
8 p.m.
And
Eastern Daylight Time.
And don't forget, we're not just doing that. We're going to meet on Discord. So please join our Discord. We're going to, of course, play Among Us. We're going to also announce the ramen noodle challenge winner. And how you enter that, you go to our Discord and you post it on the channel Ramen Noodle Challenge. Yep, that's it. And anything else y'all want to take away?
Anything else for Will? Like to thank Spillage for coming on board. Will, what you doing right now? What you working on? What's in the Spillage world before we exit this podcast?
All right, in the world of Spillage, yours truly Spillage, every Wednesday is doing commentating with Board and McBoard on the Madden NFL 22 simulations for upcoming matchups. So you can always check on yours truly Spillage on Twitch under the name Spillage. That's Spillidge, and also follow my homie Tony Monk's production Spot on Sports, which you will also see the weekly simulations of Madden NFL 22. So we normally broadcast the simulations and wonder who will win the upcoming match according to Madden NFL 22. And so we've been doing this all season long. I just completed week 11, so it is available on my channel. And also, if you love fighting games as well, Spillage does streaming every day, whether it's Marvel vs. Capcom 2 or even JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Doesn't matter. So you can always check on your boy Spillage at 2 to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And also, since Halo Infinite has been released, the beta version, so I've been on that game also.
Same here.
So check your boy Spillage out.
It's
and
fun.
how do you go to Twitch to watch you again?
Yes, www.twitch.tv/Spillidge.
Spillidge, guys.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, it's your boy here, T Fields, here with our latest cup of soup for you guys. We got Fonzarelli, Kimiko, and our guest Spillage. We'll see you guys next week, and thank you for your time. You guys take it easy.